വയൽ പോയിലും വൈരം പതിക്കുന്നു സീമന്ത കുങ്കുമ ശ്രീരൻ ചമ്പരം
സൂര്യാംശം എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ എന്താ അർത്ഥം? സൺലൈറ്റ് അല്ലേ? സൂര്യൻ്റെ ഒരു അംശമല്ലേ? സോ ലെറ്റ് us welcome Dr. Louis Gloor.
Overexposure of UV rays will cause skin cancer if you are overexposed. 1 minute is not going to get you overexposed. That's the first thing. The second thing is, what I'm asking you to do is 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. There's hardly any UV in the atmosphere at that point. That's the second point. Now, third point, remember I talked about infrared, ultraviolet and visible light. So UV is part of the solar spectrum, and if you get only part of a solar spectrum, you're going to end up with trouble. So when you get sunlight, you're not only getting UV, you're also getting infrared, and infrared is protective against skin cancer. So if you get proper sunlight exposure with infrared, ultraviolet and visible, which is full spectrum, you have less chance of getting skin cancer. The next part is, if your diet is not healthy, you are more prone to skin cancer. So if you're eating fast food, if you're eating a lot of sugar, if you're eating a lot of synthetic colors, if you're not getting enough activity, all of these things can make you more prone to skin cancer. Most important part when you want to avoid skin cancer is to avoid getting sunburn. Any of you got a sunburn? Sunburn. Okay. So how much time did you have to spend in the sun to get a sunburn? Yeah, so 1 hour. Afternoon. Yeah, so 1 hour in the afternoon, even I would get sunburn. So, and I'm used to strong sun. So if you get sunburn repeatedly, you are at risk of skin cancer, but not if you're just standing in the corridor. Not if you're just playing, or not if you're just running around in the sun. When you feel hot, when the sun is too strong, what do? You go back indoors, you go under the shade, you take a break. So there are methods by which you normally prevent occurrence of skin cancer. That is inbuilt. Your body knows what to do. And skin cancer is not a problem that we Indians face. That's for people in Northern Ireland, Scandinavia. They don't have a lot of melanin in their skin, and their skin doesn't have the defense against UV. People of our skin tone, we can take a lot more sun without skin cancer. And usually skin cancer is because you're not getting enough infrared. Next question. Did that answer your question? Next question. There was another hand that went up. Okay, good question. So who's coaching you with all these questions? Are the teachers telling you what to ask? Oh, very good. Okay. So if these questions are coming from yourself, I'm very impressed. So vitamin D is it's not just a vitamin, it's a hormone, and it is created in your skin. So when UV falls on your skin, it breaks down cholesterol, and cholesterol is then converted into vitamin D and all of the other hormones, like the male hormone and the female hormone, and also multiple other compounds are created from cholesterol when sunlight falls on your skin. So if you need vitamin D, if you need natural vitamin D, you are going to have to stand in harsh sun, in bright sun, and you don't need a lot of it. I just need 15 minutes a week. 15 minutes of harsh sun a week, and that is not enough to create any skin cancer. And most of you are getting more than that. So when I said 15 minutes a week, I meant without your shirt wearing just a shorts. So that's what I have to do because I don't get PT period. So I don't run around in the sun all the day or every day. So I have to spend time wearing just shorts and on my terrace once a week, 15 minutes, in order to get the vitamin D that I need because I don't like taking tablets. But you're young, you spend a lot of time playing outdoors. Most of you will be getting enough vitamin D. It'll be good to check your vitamin D once in a while, and if it's very low, might be good to take a tablet for it. But always get it from your natural source first, which is the sun. Next question. Your cornea. Okay. At the time I'm talking about 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. it's very difficult to damage your cornea, but you don't need more than 1 minute. 1 minute is enough to get all the health benefits. So why expose yourself to bigger doses after that? How do they make vitamin tablets? I don't know. It's all done in a factory and they put it in a plastic cover and they send it across. I just write the tablets, I don't know how it's made. But yeah, thanks for the question. I am an orthopedician, bones. So yeah, nice question. So like I said, anything in excess is bad for you and the body knows that. So you've all heard of evolution, and evolution is basically trying to make you fitter and stronger with each successive generation. So if there's too much of UV, if there's too much UV in the solar radiation and your skin is not able to take it, the skin will start to defend itself by creating more melanin, and that melanin is what makes you darker. Now melanin is not a bad thing because melanin also acts like chlorophyll. What does chlorophyll do? Photosynthesis. Yeah, it makes fuel from the sun. Did you know that you can make fuel from the sun? So when light falls on melanin, it releases electrons, and those electrons are then used to run your metabolic processes. When we eat food, that food, when it is digested, also releases electrons, and that is also used to run your metabolic process. So getting a little bit of sun on your skin will add to that energy. So that was just a extra thing that I. So you get darker because of melanin, and the melanin is there for a reason. It is telling you that the skin needs protection. Melanin is the same thing that's in your hair, by the way. I don't have enough of it. Yeah, if your bones are heavy, you will get heavy, of course. Yeah. There was another question. Vitamin D deficiency. Vitamin D deficiency, most of our population is now vitamin D deficient, and you will start, so the severe vitamin D deficiency that you get is not seen anymore. So we used to have rickets, and so you'll have bent bones and easily fractured bones. All of those things are not as common as they used to be, but you have now low level vitamin D deficiency, and that can show up in the form of reduced immunity, or it can show up with diabetes, it can show up with high blood pressure, it can show up with poor academic performance, you can have aches and pains, you can have reduced strength, you can have weakness. So there's lots of symptoms of vitamin D deficiency, and usually when patients come to me, that is something that I test on everyone because it's low. If it's low, it's very easy to fix it. I can ask them to stand in the sun or take a tablet. I'll just answer this next as you. So sunlight, where is your memory? It's in the brain, right? When your nervous system is made of neurons, and the neurons need energy to work properly, and if the mitochondria in your neurons are not working properly, it is not going to have enough energy. When you get enough infrared shining on the neurons inside your brain, and how are you going to get that light in there? It has to be a strong source of light. It has to be the sun. And like I said, infrared will go through your skin, it will go through your brain. It usually, infrared from the sun usually goes through to about this much thickness. And you know this grey matter that we talk about, do you know what grey matter is? Grey matter is in the brain. So improve your grey matter is just saying that you say, get smarter. So grey matter is where most of the human cognition, most of the human thought process takes place. That's on the surface. It's not deep inside. So there's a reason why it's on the surface of the brain, because they're there to catch the infrared as soon as it comes through the skull. So when you stand in the sun or when you get infrared, it's going to go through the skull, through the skin, through the skull, into your head, into the brain, into the first few inches of your brain, where the grey matter is, which is the most energy demanding part of your nervous system. And it is going to make the mitochondria in those neurons work better. And now when your neurons work better, your memory improves.